Yo, what is up, Crocs and clan members, Poke fans, and others who have stumbled upon this video? I'm SoresanCrockxen, and today we got another review for Pokemon X and Y. Um, and today's episode was good. It was really good. I actually enjoyed it a lot. It could have been better. But we'll get into that when we get to that part. So today we basically got introduced to the PokeVision aspect of the game. Um, which if you know, if you should know. Basically, it was a thing in the game where you would go and you would make basically a clip of you and your Pokemon in different scenarios and different backgrounds with different music and put it up online. And they actually kept that same concept in the episode today, because the way they explained it is you record a video, which is what you do in the game. You have them edit it, and then they put it up on the air, online, whatever. Technically, it's online. And then they judge it, and then every week, they have this little like big top 10 where they show it on the big screen. It was this weird. I don't know what the heck that was, but it was cool. Like that, it was something that it wasn't a Pokemon talking. It wasn't a person talking. It was actually like an animated thing inside the anime. Basically doing the the countdown. So the gang decides, hey, or technically Serena decides, hey, I want to make a video. After seeing this other chick, who apparently is an actress, with her Fennekin, and then Chespin like he fell in love with the Fennekin on screen, and then Ash was like, wow, that Fennekin's really cute, which made Fennekin mad. Um, and then but your Fennekin's cool too. And then Bonnie goes, and you're just as cute as that one chick. And like, oh, thank you. And so they decide to go make a film or video, and then so they go to the PR, what was in the game, the PR building. They give them the equipment, and then Bonnie decides to make a video for Clement, because see, this is the thing about Bonnie's joke. It's spread out. It's like it's spaced out enough. Um, because I don't even remember the last time she made this joke about him getting a wife. Because that's the whole point of his video, is to get a girlfriend, to get married. Or like the one Bonnie wants to do. Because she can't make one herself because she doesn't really have Pokemon. Like the Dene is not her Pokemon, so she can't make a video. Technically speaking, about herself and her. Anyways, so she decides, hey, let's make one for you to get a wife. And then so they ask Ash, or Serena asks Ash if he wants to help them make her video, and then he goes, "I'm sorry, but I have to go train because he needs to train for Grant, because Grant, like, he's all like, I gotta figure out a way to get rid of that rock tomb. Or work around it, so he can't help them because he needs to do some special training." And they're like, "Oh, okay," you could see how upset or sad she was about that. Um, and then so they go, and so okay, so Serena, Clement, and Bonnie go to start recording, and then Ash leaves off in a different direction. Um, and then they first try to do Clement, which was funny. You have Bonnie over here directing, and then just Clement, oh my gosh, like it was so funny because he's like all tense and freaking out and can't even talk right, and Bonnie's like, cut, come on, and because Chespin actually got in the way of the camera, and she's like, Chespin, don't go so far, and or you can't be that upfront. And then like, Clement, you need to like open your mouth and talk louder because your voice kept getting softer and softer and softer. And then Serena's like, why don't you do the voice? And then Clement can just lip sync to what you're saying and do all the actions. And then it was still funny because he's still like he's like Bonnie's voice isn't Clement's voice, so she tried to do like the typical like really deep voice for Clement. Um, and then Clement is still like freaking out and shaking all over the place when he's introducing Chespin and when he's introducing Bumblebee. It was hilarious. It was just fun. Oh my gosh! It was. I was like, come on, Clement, you got to show it off. You got to be all big, and it was so stupid, but it was funny. And then they do Serena, and then like her starting scene is gonna be a running scene. To which Clement goes, I knew this was gonna happen, and as soon as it said that line, I was like, okay, well this is gonna be a failure. But I don't know why I wasn't as mad about it because technically, it didn't blow up. So that's a nice change of pace. He made a mobile camera technically. It's supposed to be a camera like it has legs and it has like the camera and then like the action or but I don't know what that thing's called. I should probably know this. Um, the thing where they go, action, that thing. Anyways, and it can like move up and down depending on what he needs. And then like it was going good, but obviously it's gonna mess up somewhere. The thing is, it didn't blow up. It was blown up. Because it started chasing everybody. They actually ended up reaching where Ash was training with Pikachu, Flexwing, and Froakie. And then they basically like Ash. Oh my God, this is funny. He's like, oh, well, it looks like this is one of Clement's inventions. That's so cool. Like science is so cool. And he's like, not right now. And then he's like, do something, Ash. And he's like, okay, okay, okay. Pikachu, Electroball, and the thing, like, and then he blows up the machine. Um, and then Serena, and Fennekin are all full of soot and all dirty. And like the machine didn't explode. It was like yes, it malfunctioned, but every invention before this one has blown up. Um, and then Fennekin gets pissed. She's like, "Oh, you got me dirty!" And then she freaks out and she spits an ember at Ash. It was the funniest thing. Um, and then they get clean. Like Bonnie goes, "This could be a good time for a wardrobe change." And then like she does this whole like what is it like Fennekin outfit type of thing, where it's like has Fennekin ears, Fennekin tail, and like the color basically supposed to match Fennekin. Um, and then they ask for help. He's like, but I need to train. He's like, you know what? A break between sessions is actually good, or it might help you think and analyze or something. He's like, oh okay. So then he decides to help them, and then they go in the kitchen, and then like they're gonna make some cookies. Uh, and so they're cooking, and then Pikachu's gonna make his debut. Ash is like holding. I think it's the thing that helps with the light, if I remember correctly. It's like the big round circle with the white plastic in the middle. He's like holding, it, and then Serena asks Pikachu for the sugar, and he's like taking it like all this, and then like he accidentally slips and drops it all over Fennekin. She's like, ah, you got me dirty again. She freaks out and throws another ember and hits Ash, and just oh my gosh, Fennekin. See, this is why we need a Serena episode. Fennekin needs to shine. This this Pokemon has a personality that we needed to see. This is exactly what I've been waiting for. It was so hilarious because she just freaks out. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. Um, and then they finish all the shooting and all that stuff. And then they go to get it edited, but the editing machine gets broken by Team Rocket, which we saw, and I was like, this was going so well. Why did you have to show up? Literally, the episode was fine. It was the fact, yes, Clement's invention went haywire, but it didn't blow up. It was blown up by Ash, meaning that that's some progress. And I was happy with it. I was happy with it. And so the fact that it was going so well, and then Team Rocket just had to get in there and mess it up, made me so mad. Um, so they destroyed it, and then they did the whole thing where, oh, we have one over here, blah, 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 and we're the best, and we've done this a million times, and we're the greatest, and they're like, what? And so they go over there, and then they see like this little clip that Team Rocket made of trying to show off how they can edit or the editing and the music, and while it still looks like a terrible video, the fact that it was nicely edited and had a nice soundtrack in the background. They actually did a parody of the MGM Studios intro logo, with the lion roaring. Like they actually had Meowth go. It was funny. I'll give them that. That's all you get, team. Actually, no. They actually, after they kidnapped Pikachu, Fennekin, and Dene. But after that, like they actually decided to record again. And they actually pulled off a line from Hamlet, like the whole "to be or not to be" and all that stuff. So I'll give you those two things, and then everything else is just stupid. You should not have ended this episode. That's there. That was my phone. It just rang. Hold on a second. So basically, the end of the episode. We're reaching there. Fletchling finds Team Rocket, brings the gang over. And then Pikachu, like they're in this glass box, and Pikachu's been trying to break out. He uses Iron Tail on the thing, and then the Dene. I don't know. I mean, it could have just been him hitting the glass, because I mean it could have been a tackle, but I don't think the Dene knows tackle. So anyways, it like smashed into the glass, and then Fennekin used hidden power to break the glass. And they were all able to get out, but because Team Rocket was shooting with water, it actually made a giant puddle outside the entrance. Pikachu and the Dene were cool to go across, but Fennekin, because she's all about being clean. Like the moment she stepped in and saw there was mud on her paws, she couldn't continue. Like she had to retreat back. So like I said, personality. She doesn't like to get dirty. This needs to be like just show her off. Honestly, like she needs to be used. Like we need to know more about it. We need to see her more. That's my biggest problem with Serena. But we'll make a video about Serena later. Um, Honestly, the next time we get a Serena episode that we actually can talk about her. But anyways, so that was the thing, and then the gang shows up, and then the Team Rocket, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's them. And then Pikachu like jumps over to Ash, and then it jumps over to Bonnie, and they're like, look, this is Fennekin. And then Serena like says it, oh my gosh, poor Fennekin, she's not gonna cross the mud. And then Team Rocket tries to stop them. Actually, it was more like James is the one that started it all, because Jessie was like, I don't even care, you can take your Pokemon, because she was all acting, right? Um, and then Serena actually takes the thing, because apparently Fennekin took after Serena, even though Fennekin can be her own Pokemon or her own thing. Like Serena decided to go into the mud to try to get her Fennekin. And then a clash of attacks caused Serena to fall. I think it was like twice into the mud, and Fennekin was like, "Oh my gosh, no!" And then Fennekin decides to go she's about to be, or Serena's about to be attacked, and Fennekin, like, against everything that she or against staying clean, decides to go all the way into the mud and protect Serena from getting attacked. And she actually ends up using flamethrower, which was freaking awesome. But random learning of moves is random. Like, oh, and Jesse's Pumpkaboo has frustration for some reason. That might be a problem, because if it ends up, well, then again, we don't see them at all, so maybe it still hates her or something. I don't know. But then they edit the videos, or after defeating Team Rocket, they edit the videos. It looked nice. I'm not gonna lie. But and Clement and Bonnie they all say they like it. But Serena didn't care. She wanted Ash's opinion. She's like, Ash, what did you think about it? It was like, it was great. She's like, Fennekin, look, did you hear? And then the last part was we saw Clement's video, and it was just so bad. It was ridiculous. So I'm losing time here, so I'm just gonna speed through this last part. Link in the description to see the videos, the episodes if you haven't watched it yet. Leave your comments, thoughts, and all that stuff down below. And then I'll be back later with Fairy Tail review, or maybe, I don't know. It depends. Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.